Morning News.
All right, Linda, you're going to absolutely love this. An adoptive couple take home a child. A mother receives an organ donation. A father and son reunite after 23 years. Now, these are just some of the incredible stories told in Facebook fairy tales, modern-day miracles to inspire the human spirit. And here now with more of these touching tales is author Emily Lieber. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We know how Facebook has really made so many connections. And you're kind of like putting pen and paper, created a book. And what made you think about this?
You know, I was on Facebook like the hundreds of millions of other users, and one day I just said to myself, there have to be some amazing stories coming from these hundreds of millions of connections.
But what do you think it's about Facebook that allows this to happen?
I think it's a human aspect. I think that people are on there connecting with friends and seeing family photos.
High school friends, sweethearts. I mean, the stories go on and on. I want to tell everybody a little bit about some of the stories that are so inspiring. The first is about a couple who found a baby to adopt on Facebook.
Yes, Seth and Melissa Edlovich. They had been trying for years to conceive. They had had, you know, multiple rounds of IVF, a tragic stillbirth of twins, and they posted a flyer to Facebook, and 2.5 months later took home a beautiful baby boy named Noah.
And Noah's like 1.5 years old, and, and
he's
they're
1.5. So and now they're looking for baby too via
All right,
Facebook.
So they put it out in the universe and somebody answered their call and there was a happy ending. The next story is amazing. A lot of people, oh, look at baby Noah. He looks so cute with the pumpkins right there. Next story is about getting a kidney. You know, a lot of people are, you know, suffering and waiting on lists for organs to be donated. And, and this person had an idea to just put it out there on Facebook.
A young mother in New York was dying of kidney failure. She asked her friends to post that she needed someone with type O blood to donate.
Wow.
Through a mutual friend, another young mother in Tallahassee, Florida, saw the post. They connected. They became friends. They both had daughters named Olivia and felt it was kismet. And Kathy in Tallahassee saved Beth in New York
City.
Life.
And that's amazing. And you know, how long since the kidney transplant, and how is she doing?
I think it's been about 1.5 years or so now, and they're both happy and healthy. And Beth can now watch her children grow up.
Oh, that's amazing. That is an amazing story. We also have another one about a long-lost father and a son in Canada.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy because you do see these connections. And actually, I have a friend of mine who hadn't spoken to her father in a very long time, and they connected on Facebook, just like this story.
Exactly. And I think what's so amazing about this story is that Jordan, the son, he had his father's phone number, and he even tried to call it and, you know, had left a message and then hadn't answered when his father had called back. And what it is that Facebook allowed him to have that comfort level to reach out and to see a little bit about his father's life through his profile and gain that comfort level.
Sometimes that anonymity where you're looking at somebody's profile but they don't know you're looking at them, and it does sort of give you that
stalking,
comfort.
You mean?
Well, not stalking, but you know, like in case of Jordan and his father, you get that sort of comfort. And you know, it's amazing how you can just sort of put it out there on Facebook and someone does answer. And look, I guess they're having a great relationship because they met. And
they are. And Jordan moved closer to him, and through his birth father, he met his birth mother.
When researching this book, what was the most surprising thing that you found?
That there's this sort of level of human kindness on
That's amazing
Facebook.
In these days, yeah.
You know, people are so harried and stressed out in everyday life, and on Facebook it seemed that the kindness of the human spirit was really more prevalent, and I loved that. And that surprised me because it's a cynical world we live in.
Yeah, absolutely. And to find some sort of humanity in, you know, this computer world where everything is so sort of, you know, I'm alone, the other person's alone, and to connect. That's amazing. All right, thank you so much for coming in. And of course, we can't talk about fairy tales without a little romance. Yes. That's right. And I know a lot of you out there have tried to find your childhood sweetheart or your high school sweetheart. Well, we're going to tell you about a couple who met in summer camp in 1990 and how they reconnected, and how also maybe you could find your love on Facebook. We're going to talk about that in just a bit. Johnny, I don't know if you've ever found your high school sweetheart or connected like that, but you know, love does exist on Facebook.
Yes, it does. It's really amazing, Sukanya.
You're gonna love this. We're talking about love stories on Facebook. You know, it's a story as old as time, but with really a modern twist. Sarah Brisk and Michael Cohen met in summer camp in 1990. After losing touch, they reconnected on Facebook, and they join us today with their really touching tale. And also joining us again is the author of Facebook Fairy Tales, Modern Day Miracles to Inspire the Human Spirit, Emily Liebert. Welcome back to you, Emily.
Thank you.
So we got to talk about your story, Michael and Sarah. Tell us about when you first met. Take us back.
We met in 1990 at a winter seminar through our youth group summer camp.
There you are. Look at that photo. I love it. Michael, look at how cute you look with the glasses.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yes,
the cat that caught the canary look in my face.
Too cool. But that's fantastic. So you guys hung out. You guys connected in summer camp. It was kismet, right? It was just like you connected. You kissed.
We something like that.
Something
Yeah,
like that,
definitely.
yeah.
We definitely. Got together at that point, and we're looking forward to the following summer when we were going to be counselors at summer camp together. And we spent that summer in '91 together, and it was really fun. And
the summer of '91.
Summer
Michael was smiling fondly, thinking back to it.
You can see by our clothes in that picture that it was definitely the '90s.
But time went by. You guys went your separate ways. I mean, it was a summer romance. Life just kind of like envelops you and shoots you out into different parts of the world. And so 15 years later, you find yourself kind of reconnecting again, right?
Well, as it turned out, we had been living in New York separately.
That always amazes me, how you live in Manhattan, 5 blocks away from each other, and you never see each other.
Indeed. He lived right near the subway stop where I got off every day for work. And in fact, he had been dating somebody in the neighborhood in which I was living.
Would you have recognized each other right away?
I'm not even sure, actually.
I'm not sure. I mean,
It had been a long time.
I think would have recognized you. But over the years I've been blonde. I've had brown hair. Who knows?
So how'd you finally connect?
So we reconnected on Facebook. I had logged on. I had been married previously, briefly, and was sort of regrouping and logged onto Facebook. And I had been on, but I hadn't really done a lot on there. And I started friending people from this youth group from the summer camp and came across Michael Cohen.
You're like, hello, Michael Cohen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely logged on and saw that he had this adorable picture and that his life seemed to be really fabulous. And I thought,
and he was single at the time, so it just kind of felt perfect that you could just go out there and take that risk.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, Michael, what were you thinking? Because, there were a couple of tries on her part and Sarah, and you just kind of like...
Yeah, at first I did ignore her first email, actually.
So
I was
she
busy,
kept trying.
I was in the middle, and then I kept trying, and eventually I relented, and we had
Relented.
Relented, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
She was living in San Diego at the time, and so she came to New York, and we had dinner in New York, and we got married 6 months to the day
tell
later.
everybody how you proposed to her. This is the best
this
part.
actually, of course, very important.
With Facebook being the tie-in to all
Sorry. Yes. So I decided that the most appropriate way to ask Sarah to marry me was to change my Facebook status to say, Michael hopes Sarah says yes.
Oh, that is that is the best. I love this story because there's so many people that are reconnecting on Facebook, and this is kind of the lesson in this book that you have out in bookstores right now, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think you need to kind of put yourself out there, like Sarah did, and even though Michael chose to play it cool, Sarah just harassed him and got her way.
She got her man. There you go, Sarah. Go do it.
Well, I won that one also, actually.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to tell men what they want.
I did, but I'm the big winner here too.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good one. Thank you so much for coming in, and now you're part of this whole thing, Facebook and this modern day fairy tale. And thank you for sharing our story this morning and showing that awesome picture from the '90s. Facebook Fairy Tales, Modern Day Miracles to Inspire the Human Spirit is available right now in bookstores. For more information, log on our website, WPIX.com/morningnews.